Hi, John Hadfield here from the Clever Dog Training. I'm going through the mailbag, and I just thought I'd answer a couple questions, maybe help some people out. So here's a question. What is the best way to get my dog to take medicine? Good question, because this just happened to me yesterday. I got a text from a client whose dog had just had surgery, and she texted me and said, I can't get Riley to take her medicine. I've been trying all day since this morning. This was about 1 o'clock in the afternoon. So I said, well, what have you tried? And she said, well, I crushed up the meds and I put it on her food. I put the meds in vanilla ice cream, and I even covered them in peanut butter and tried to give her the meds. And I said, well, what happened? And she said, well, she just turned up her nose at it. So I thought, And I said, well, do you want me to come over? And she said, if you don't mind. So I gathered up some stuff I thought I'd need, and I got in the truck and I drove up to North Wilmington. And the whole way I'm thinking, I know how to open up a dog's mouth and put a pill in there, but I want this dog to want to take the medicine. So I got there to the house, and the dog normally greets me at the door like I'm a long lost favorite uncle, but she wasn't there. So the owner let me in, and I went in and went back to her office, and poor Riley was lying there like half out of it with a inflatable cone around her neck. And she saw me, and she kind of got up and shook her head, and she looked at me and blinked a little bit. And I said, hey, Riley, it's me. And she walked over, and I petted her, and I said to the owner, I said, where's the medicine? And she said, it's right here. And she handed me 2 little pills. So I stuck the pills over here, and I had, in my treat bag, I had a jar of baby food, and I had a treat of little pieces of pork chops, little treats. So I said, Riley, you're a good girl. Now, I know Riley's favorite game in the world is touch, which is a focus game where I hold out my hand and she races over to him, and touches my hand with her nose, and I do with a clicker, I say, good girl, and I give her a treat. So this is one of her favorite games. So I said, Riley, do you want to play? And I said, touch. And I held up my hand, and she walked over really slowly, and she touched her nose to my hand. And I said, good girl. And I dipped my finger in the baby food, and I stuck a treat to it, and I held it out. And she walked over and she took the treat off my finger. I thought, aw. So I said, Riley, touch. And she walked over, and I just got a touch from Reggie. She walked over a little bit faster, and she took the treat off my finger. And so I thought, oh, this is working. So I put out my hand again, and I said, touch. And she a little bit faster, she came over and she touched my hand. I said, good girl. And I stuck my finger in the baby food, and I stuck one of the pills to it. And I held it out, and she took the pill right off of my hand. She took the pill off my hand. So I thought, ooh, I got this. So I held up my hand again. I said, now it's an empty hand. I just said, touch. And she walked over, and she touched my hand again. And I reached in, and I put my finger in the baby food, stuck one of the pills to it, and held it out, and she took the pill right off my finger. So then I thought, one more time. So I said, touch again. She walked over, she touched her nose to my hand, and I reached in, put my finger in the baby food, stuck a good treat to it, and reached out, and she took she took the treat off my finger. And I said to the owner, mission accomplished. And she's like, what? She said, I've been trying all day to get her to do this, and you did it in 2 minutes. And I said, well, sometimes you just have to think like a dog.